Hey everyone! Today we're looking at something really special, the 2025 Audi RS Q8 Performance. And let me tell you right off the bat, this isn't just another fancy SUV with some extra horsepower. This beast just claimed the Nürburgring record for production SUVs with an incredible time of 7 minutes and 36 seconds. That's faster than supercars from just a few years ago. But before we dive deep into what makes this the king of performance SUVs, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to stay up to date with the latest automotive content. Let's start with what everyone wants to know, the power. Under that muscular hood sits a twin-turbo V8 that pumps out a whopping 640 horsepower and 627 pound-feet of torque. That makes it the most powerful production car Audi Sport has ever built. Just let that sink in for a second, and the numbers don't disappoint. We're talking 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. In an SUV, that weighs over 2 tons. Just incredible. But here's what really impressed me. It's not just about straight-line speed. Audi's engineers have absolutely nailed the handling. They fitted this thing with some seriously clever tech, including an adaptive air suspension that can adjust the ride height by almost 4 inches. And wait until you hear about the active roll stabilization system. It uses electric motors powered by a 48-volt system to basically eliminate body roll in corners. When you're cruising on the highway, it disconnects to give you a smooth, comfortable ride. But hit some corners, and this SUV handles like it's defying physics. The standard ceramic brakes are massive. We're talking 440 millimeters up front. For reference, that's bigger than the wheels on some economy cars. And speaking of wheels, let me tell you about these optional 23-inch forged wheels. They're not just for show. Each one saves about 11 pounds of unsprung weight compared to the standard wheels. That might not sound like much, but it makes a huge difference in how the car responds to inputs. Now let's talk about the looks. Audi has really stepped up their game here. The front end is aggressive but sophisticated, with this amazing three-dimensional honeycomb grille that looks like it means business. The performance model gets these exclusive matte gray trim pieces that really set it apart from the standard RS Q8. And the Matrix LED headlights? They're not just functional, they're like jewelry for the front end. Inside, it's exactly what you'd expect from a flagship Audi, and then some. The build quality is incredible, the materials are top-notch, and there are all these cool RS-specific touches. My favorite bit? The shift light indicator in the virtual cockpit. It's totally unnecessary in an SUV, but it's so cool. And when you're parking at night, it projects RS performance on the ground. A bit show-off? Maybe. But I love it. Here's what really blows my mind though. This thing is as comfortable as a luxury SUV when you want it to be. The air suspension and active anti-roll system mean you can cruise down the highway in total comfort. The seats are perfect for long journeys, there's plenty of space in the back, and the boot is huge. It's genuinely usable as a daily driver, but switch it into RS mode and it transforms. The exhaust note gets angrier, the suspension tightens up, and suddenly you've got a track weapon. Audi's quattro system and rear-wheel steering mean it feels way more agile than something this size has any right to. And that new lightweight exhaust system they've developed? It doesn't just save weight, it sounds absolutely epic. The price? Well, it starts at around €155,500, which isn't cheap. But considering the performance, technology, and luxury you're getting, I'd argue it's actually decent value. This is a car that can humble supercars on track, then pick up the kids from school in total comfort. Is it perfect? Well, the fuel economy isn't great, surprise, surprise. And some might say a 640 horsepower SUV is overkill. But you know what? Sometimes overkill is exactly what we want. This is an SUV that makes you grin every time you get behind the wheel, whether you're heading to the shops or hitting the track. The bottom line? The 2025 RS Q8 Performance isn't just the most powerful production Audi ever. It's one of the most impressive all-around vehicles I've ever driven. It combines supercar performance with genuine luxury and everyday usability in a way that very few vehicles can match. Yes, it's expensive, and yes, it's probably more capability than most people will ever need. But that's not the point. This is Audi Sport showing what they're capable of, and the result is absolutely spectacular. If you're in the market for a super SUV that can do it all, and do it all brilliantly, the RS Q8 Performance needs to be at the top of your list. It's not just raised the bar, it's thrown it into orbit. Let's talk about tech for a second, because Audi hasn't skimped here either. The digital cockpit is absolutely gorgeous, and the shift light indicator in manual mode gives you that proper race car feel. It changes from green to yellow to red, just like in motorsports, telling you exactly when to shift for maximum performance. And with launch control, this thing just rockets off the line. It's addictive. Another thing that really impressed me was the all-wheel steering system. At high speeds, the rear wheels turn slightly in the same direction as the front ones, making lane changes incredibly stable. But at low speeds, they turn the opposite way, giving you a turning circle that's way smaller than you'd expect from a car this size. In fact, it makes parking this beast almost as easy as parking a regular Q3. Speaking of practicality, let's address the elephant in the room. This is still very much a proper luxury SUV. The ride quality and comfort mode is exceptional, even with those massive wheels. The cabin is whisper quiet when you're cruising, and you've got all the driver assistance systems you could want. Plus, there's plenty of room for 5 adults in their luggage. Try doing that in a supercar. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is customization. Audi offers 3 different RS design packages: red, gray, and an exclusive blue option for the performance model. The blue package is my personal favorite, with ocean blue seatbelts and contrast stitching that really pops against the black interior. And don't get me started on those optional carbon fiber inlays. They're absolutely gorgeous. And here's something cool I learned while testing this car. Audi's chassis development team, led by Roland Waschkau, spent countless hours fine-tuning this SUV on the challenging roads of Catalonia and the Park Motor Castelloli circuit. That's the kind of dedication that shows in the final product. When a company puts their top development driver, who by the way also worked on the legendary R8, in charge of making sure an SUV handles properly, you know they're serious about performance. That's all for today, folks. If you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you think about this incredible machine. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more content just like this. Leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions. I read every single one, and don't forget to click the bell icon to get notified about my next upload. See you in the next video.